Well, it's a half padded practice, and we're encouraged, we'll continue to make progress. And we're beginning to solidify and make some decisions on our freshmen. You'll see Avante Cox right now would look like he's going to play, and Jared Scott. I also think Ravante Holt. And, we may make a decision on Jackson as a defensive tackle. So that's kind of where we're at. I got to sneeze. Put that on tape.
Bless you will be on.
Thank you. We will probably be without Austin Fort for maybe 3 to 4 weeks. He's got a slight PCL tear, so it's going to be non-surgical. So, but that's 3 to 4 weeks. So we'll see how he progresses. So outside of that, I think we're making progress as a football team.
I know with Avante, you guys really like, his speed and his burst, but it seems like he has some pretty good hands out there too. Is that another strength of his at receiver?
Out of high school, he was dynamic and did a lot of things with the football, and, he's caught the ball well. I think he's learning more of our passing tree and what things to do, and as a player becomes more comfortable with that, he's going to become, more comfortable with his physical abilities, and he's got great speed and good acceleration, so we're excited about playing him.
I know the ideal plan is obviously to redshirt freshmen when they come in, but it's exciting to see kids step up and kind of fill voids that you have like that.
There's no doubt about that, and I think what's an indication is, our recruiting is continuing to improve. I think you're also seeing freshmen, they're maturing faster than what they used to, and so the lay of the land of college football is changing. And so when these guys have the ability, there's a couple criteria we look at. Number one, do we have a positional need? Number two, do they have the physical ability? And then the third factor is their emotional maturity. And so if all those three are yes, we're in it to win it. And so our thought process is if they can help us win right now, we're going to play them.
You've mentioned Jared Scott a few times. What have you seen in his ability specifically that's kind of brought him along?
First of all, he's a tall guy. He's got a big presence. I mean, I don't know how much he weighs, but he's a good 6'6", and he's got huge hands. And so, being able to match him up against some guys, there's a real size disadvantage. He's got excellent hand-eye coordination, and I think he's got XXX hands or whatever, something like that. He made a one-hand catch the other day that was really outstanding, and I think we were looking at playing him, and when he did that, it was a big play. It doesn't matter what level of competition, and so we're going to look at playing him.
I know. I think you said ideally 3 to 4 true freshmen being out there this year. Do you, the three or four you mentioned today, could you see a few more being in the mix as well?
There's probably a couple guys that I didn't mention, and so like I said, I think it's an indication that our program's getting better, and we're not playing these guys out of desperation. We're playing these guys because we feel like they can help us win.
Coach, another area seems to be depth.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, whether it's defensive line, secondary. Now in your 4th year, it seems like the depth is really starting to show.
That's a good observation. As a head coach, you'd always like to have more, but there's no doubt certain positions we have more players where before we were just looking for starters. I don't think we're a completely mature program yet, but in our 4th year, we've got a recruiting model that we feel really comfortable with, and so we have more depth than what we've had, and we're in hopes that shows up on special teams as well.
You mentioned liking Javari out there. I think, did he play D-end in high school, or I guess what have you seen from him so far?
He played on the defensive line. He's about 200, he's getting close to 280 pounds. He's strong, and so there's a good, strong presence in the middle. And, defensive linemen are guys that you have to roll a lot of different players. And so, from that standpoint, he's got a strong physical presence inside, and we're going to need those guys.